Good morning, afternoon, evening, friends and family, loved ones. This is your friend Kelly, and we picked up some budget bangers from our friends at White Mountain Knives. Codes to the point, the number 2, the point. You got Casey's Knives Fast or Knives Fast 10. JD, I think, has a daily gear guide one. Check your favorite YouTuber and use it to save yourself 10%. But anyway, what I ordered, normally I don't show you guys, and I have been lately since I do paracord. I got a purple bead in the mail from them that I ordered. So that one, actually I won't put it back in the plastic thing. I'll end up putting it with my other my other beads. We did order, everybody's been talking about this Vixino, or however you pronounce it. I've already taken the patches off. I hadn't put them back on because they're going on my board. I'm just telling you that right now. So we'll do that. The Rockshark. Yeah, the Rockshark. And they actually, a pretty cool case if you wanted to actually, I should have left it closed. Though your belt would have to be a narrow belt, but this molly webbing or something like that you may want to slide it onto to carry it, you can. Of course, you have the room for you can put multiple patches across depending on the size. It's a nice case. It really is. I mean, it's not separated, it's all one opening, so if you wanted to use it for something else, that works. And of course they give you the bag that the knife was in. Yeah, I'll stick that back in there. But maybe I can get it closed. There we go. And the bag this was in, it comes with a little card with all your information on it and a nice little cloth. So this was in this bag. The packaging is well done. The box is an inexpensive, cheap box. I mean, it's what it is. The pouch is the nicer thing. But you know, this is standard. It's actually, I know people are hit and miss on the access bar lock, whatever you wish to call the lock. This one's decent. Got the Stormtrooper edition, I guess is what you can call it, with the black and white. But it actually has green thumb studs, and it does have Torx bit on these, so if you wanted to swap them out, I'm assuming it's probably a pretty standard one that if you have them, you can probably swap them out. Eventually we may try. And what actually surprised me is the scales on these don't feel as cheap. Yeah, I'm going to say the word cheap as some of the scales. The texturing on them, and you know, they're decently thick. It's actually pretty good. I mean, I'm very pleased with this. That was me. I don't like doing that. I know certain people like to do the flicky, 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 and it drives me nuts. So if you want to drive me nuts, do that. Actually, that's a quick way for me to just leave the video. But anyway, it's a semi-deep. There's not much that will be showing above the pocket. So I'm pleased with this. I don't know if it's going to be me or Brian. I'll probably end up deciding to color the scales. I may do blue for him, or we may do red and have red and black, and me see what color thumb stubs I have. And I know I have like some Damascus ones, and I think I have some black ones. I don't know what other colors I might have, but that's something we'll probably do. Okay. Second thing, actually I've tried to do this video before, and had issues with my camera glitching, and I've since swapped out cameras. Another camera that I use for something else until I need to put the other camera back in and see if I can just reinstall the drivers on it, if that helps. But this is a Begg Knives BG001. I forget what the actual name of it is, and it doesn't say anywhere on here. But I absolutely love the blade shape. Well, it's a Begg knife blade shape. You know, micarta's been smoothed down, polished really good. At least I'm thinking that's micarta. Love it, hate it. The ball, not a big fan, but I don't hate it either. You know, relatively aggressive. I mean, it don't feel aggressive when you're gripping it, but it is semi-aggressive when you're going like this and you can feel it, but it's good enough to where it'll grip. If you got gloves or whatever on, you can put a lanyard on it if you really want a lanyard. The access is obviously good because look at how much that sticks up. To me, this is going to be an issue if you're hard using it. It's going to be, your hand's going to it's probably going to be digging into your hand. It's not overly sharp, but it is there, and you will feel it. If you're kind of doing one of these, I can definitely, I don't know if you can see on my fingers, you can see the lines going across where it's digging into my finger. So if that's an issue for you, don't get it. I mean, and I honestly don't know if it's something that you can maybe ground down a little bit to get rid of it, but it is very pronounced. So I'm on the fence on this one. This one may end up going into the giveaway box for future giveaways. I haven't quite decided yet. But there's that one. And I'm going to keep it on the box because 10 to 1 it may go. Now this, because I'm sure you guys have seen that I had, because I know I did a video, my Superfly, or Cyperfly, or however they pronounce it, and Brian really, really liked it, so he needed to get one. And they're like 60 some dollars, $70. They're not bad. And honestly, if you look at it, to me, it reminds me of an MSI. I want your opinions. I do have one. I could have actually brought it out here. That would have made too much sense, though. But size-wise, blade shapes, very similar. But it's also not multiple hundreds of dollars. You know, you get it for under $100. So if you like an MSI, a big knife, for a budget price, this one isn't bad. And honestly, I can tell you from what I remember of my MSI, the scales on the MSI were quite sharp on the edge, and you could really feel it. And we swapped out and got, I think, OG scales on them. But this is one up on that. The action's good. Great size. And did it... no, it doesn't say here. I don't remember what the steel was, and I don't see it anywhere on the blade. I'd have to look. It's probably 14C, but I could be wrong. Did that. So we got a maybe Kelly, one of us, a Brian, and another Brian because he likes. I'm particular about this type of blade shape as to which ones I do. Oh, both of them come with an extra clip too if you need the extra clip. I didn't show you that in the other one. And this is the YOLO. Yeah. And they do come oiled up, obviously. Let me wipe this down. But the cleaverish style blade shape, and it is a button lock on this. So Brian really liked that. And of course, N14C28N. Oh. that was when I had it open. It didn't show. It's on the flipper there. 14C 28N is what it, so I was right. It is 14C. There you go. But if you know button locks, you know button locks. They don't have a detent. They don't flick. They don't have that thunk, that really strong hit on it. But he's really happy. He likes this, and he's kind of got a matchy-matchy of two different Ironflies, which, if you don't like Kunwu, Brian F., sorry if you're watching this. I didn't mean to trigger you. Don't look. Don't look. I should have did a forewarning at the beginning of the video. Brian F., don't watch the video. But their Ironfly is Kunwu's budget brand, budget offering. So if you didn't know, I figure most of you probably are aware of that. So if you like Kunwu, that'll give you a little bit of an idea. Of course, it's nowhere near the premium prices that the Kunwus are. But all in all, like I said, budget bangers for the most part. You know, I think between that and the bead and stuff, I think we spent just a little bit over, with a discount, just a little bit over $200 maybe for all of them. So that's, to me, when you can get 4 decent knives for that price, not bad. Especially when 2 of them are quite a bit bigger. Anyway, thought I'd let you see if you haven't seen any of these. I know this variant has been, that Vixino has been going around and people have been talking it up. And like I said, they had a purple one, I think, but, or no, they didn't. They didn't have a purple one of this. They had another color that I was willing to get, but I was like, this is the only one that came with the black hardware and the black blade. And I'm like, let's go with it, because we can always work on coloring the scale. And I'll probably do that. But anyway, hit the like button if you want to. Leave a comment. I greatly appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day. Many hugs, many kisses, much love. Your friend Kelly. Bye-bye.